Welcome to Tuesday, May 19th. The Spirit of truth promised by Jesus to his followers comes to us and is active in our lives all the time. We may think that people of faith will not experience bad things. We may confuse the presence of God in our lives and the activity of the Holy Spirit with the assurance that we will not be visited by difficulty or grief. In today's readings, as Jesus prepares to leave his disciples, he senses their grief. Jesus is not a stranger to grief. He himself wept at the death of Lazarus. He also is aware of the grief he will experience through losing his companions. But loss and grief are a part of life, aren't they? They may be experiences we don't like or invite into our lives, but sure enough, they will occur. Some of it is just the natural process of life. What happens to us when we leave this earth and the reality of the resurrection and new life does not mean we, or those whom we leave behind, can avoid grief and sorrow. Only sorrow and grief that exist without hope is contrary to the message of Christ and the meaning of the Paschal mystery. It doesn't have to remain a mystery for those whose faith leads them to the happy conclusion that we live even in death. That is not to say that earthly death is not the occasion of sadness and grief. But the occasion can't end there. It can't stay there. Gradually led by prayer and the journey that sadness and grief takes us on, we are led to a better place, a place of hope, where the transforming love of God that escapes so many of us turns into the glory of the resurrection. That love leads us through the very real pain of grief and loss to joy. These are necessary experiences. They should not be avoided. They are how we come to know the power and presence of the Spirit in our lives.